Have you ever felt completely alone, like you're wandering through a desert, a wilderness, where everything feels dry, empty, and just hard? Maybe you're in a season like that right now. You feel disconnected, maybe even forgotten. You look around and it seems like everyone else is at a party, living their best life, while you're stuck in this barren place. If that's you, I want you to know you're not alone in feeling that way. In fact, you're in some pretty incredible company. Let's talk about one of the most profound stories of isolation and preparation ever told. It's about a man who, right after a massive, life-affirming moment, was led directly into the wilderness. I'm talking about Jesus. In the Gospel of Matthew, right after his baptism, a moment of incredible spiritual significance where the heavens open and God's voice affirms him. The very next verse says he was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted. Think about that for a second. From the highest of highs to the most desolate of lows. From a public declaration of his identity to complete and utter solitude. 40 days and 40 nights. No food, no company, just him, the harsh landscape and his own thoughts. Why? Why would this happen right at the beginning of his public ministry? Because this wasn't a punishment. This was preparation. This wilderness experience serves as a powerful metaphor for our own dry seasons. Those times when we feel like we're not making progress, when our prayers seem to hit the ceiling, when our passion feels like it's evaporated, we can start to think, what am I doing wrong? Did I miss a turn somewhere? But what if this season of isolation isn't a sign that you're off track? What if it's the track itself? What if this wilderness is your training ground? Preparation often looks and feels like isolation. It's in the quiet, unseen moments that our character is forged. It's when nobody is watching, nobody is cheering us on, that we truly discover what we're made of. For Jesus, the wilderness was a crucible. It was a time to solidify his identity and his mission, away from the noise and expectations of the world. He faced hunger, which tested his reliance on physical sustenance. He faced temptations of power and glory, which tested the purity of his purpose. Every test was designed to strip away the non-essential and anchor him firmly in who he was and what he was called to do. Your wilderness might look different. It might be a period of unemployment, a season of waiting for a relationship, a time of creative block, or a phase of wrestling with your faith. It feels unproductive. It feels lonely. But this is where the deep work happens. This is where you learn to rely not on external validation, but on an internal, unshakable foundation. It's where you learn that your worth isn't tied to your productivity or your social calendar. In the silence of the wilderness, you're forced to confront your own demons, your fears, your insecurities, your deepest desires. Just as Jesus was tempted, we face our own temptations. The temptation to give up, the temptation to take a shortcut, the temptation to believe that this barren season is all there is. But just like for Jesus, these temptations are an opportunity to choose faith over fear, to choose purpose over instant gratification, to choose to trust that this season has a reason, even if you can't see it yet. One of the key things Jesus did in the wilderness was rely on what he knew to be true. When tempted, he responded with Scripture. He didn't fight with his own logic or feelings, he anchored himself to truth. What is the truth you can anchor yourself to in your wilderness? What promises can you hold on to? Maybe it's the memory of a past victory, the encouragement of a trusted friend, or a truth from your faith that has sustained you before. Write it down. Say it out loud. Let it be the weapon you use against the voices of doubt and despair that echo in the emptiness. And here's the most beautiful part of the story. Jesus didn't stay in the wilderness. The scripture says that after the 40 days were over, the tempter left and angels came and attended to him. His season of intense, isolated preparation came to an end. And what happened next? He emerged. He stepped out of the wilderness, not weakened, but strengthened, not defeated, but defined. He was ready. He began his ministry with a power and clarity that was forged in the fire of that solitary place. The wilderness is not your destination. It's a necessary part of the journey. It's a sacred space of becoming. It's the quiet workshop where God is shaping you for what's next. If you're feeling isolated right now, try to reframe it. You're not being abandoned. You're being prepared. You're not being punished. You're being pruned. This is your time to dig your roots deep to strengthen your core so that when the season changes, and it will change, you will be ready to step out with a new strength, a clearer purpose, and a deeper understanding of who you are. So don't despise your wilderness season. Don't rush through it. Lean into the silence, confront the challenges, cling to truth. Know that this period of preparation, as lonely as it feels, is producing something in you that could not be formed any other way. Your time is coming. You will emerge from this stronger and more ready than ever before for the purpose you were created for. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this message encouraged you, especially if you find yourself in a dry season. If this resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more content like this. It really helps us reach more people. We'll see you in the next one.